I would say this, man, and I think I've been consistent with this take previously. I've never been able to truly hear a Drake album in its entirety the first go around. And what I mean here, as in obviously I'll listen to the full body of work, but like it takes me a while to truly like understand what the fuck he's trying to say. And I would say the first time I heard this, I was like, bro, this guy is so unserious, bro. This is like 21 songs of him just like fucking around and like, bro, what the fuck, man? Couple bangers immediately which stand out, and we'll get into that. But then, bro, as I gave it like the entire weekend and then like the week leading, the week after it, I was like, bro, this is, like I really fucking enjoy this album, bro. Like really enjoy it. And it's not on some like, oh, let me just run it up, right? Because at some point you can't just be a stand, and if you're not actually like, why? Like, who am I faking it to, bro? I'm the one listening to this shit every single day at the gym, on my car, walking in the neighborhood. So, bro, I would say what are we 2 weeks removed from the album dropping on the 14th of February, bro. I enjoy this that better than a lot of other Drake projects. So that's enough for me, to be honest, bro. And I thought Party Next Door did a great job. Again, even him, like I didn't listen to enough Party like leading like prior to the like, I mean just honestly prior. Like I know the couple bangers that he has, but he's never been that artist for me. I know he's beloved like in this niche space, but bro, I thought he did a great job. So yeah, man, I was again 2 weeks removed, very impressed. I would say the initial first couple of days, I was like, "What are we doing here?" Like is he just like fucking with us? Like. But yeah, dude, I really fucking enjoyed it. How did you feel when you heard it? And then obviously, now being 2 weeks removed from it dropping.
So I went into this with low expectations, not because of the beef or anything, but mostly because I've never been the biggest Party Next Door fan,
Same.
or of like Drake's like R&B cuts. I just I don't know, maybe the R&B I prefer just sounds kind of different. There's always gonna be one or two songs that I latch onto when it comes to R&B Drake or even Party Next Door. So I think I was happy I went into it with low expectations because I walked away with some pleasant surprises. Um, as I was listening to it in the car, I think it did feel a bit bloated. Like I began to ask myself, like, oh, am I listening to the same song as before? Or is this a new one? Because like the production sounded
Mm,
super similar. Thought it was kind of odd that Party Next Door didn't seem as present
involved.
throughout the
Yeah.
out yeah, like involved. Maybe he wrote a bunch of stuff and maybe that's like where the missing input comes in. But besides that, I think it kind of pan out the way I expected. I don't think I'm the target audience, so I felt good about objectively being like, I'm not going to shit on it and say it's bad if I wasn't even meant to celebrate this kind of sound. But um, I think things like Nokia and Give Me a Hug were like nice moments where I felt like he was trying to give uh, the
His core
audience,
base,
yeah,
or
his
like,
core
yeah.
base, yeah, his core base, um, a recipe that they were accustomed to, and it did kind of throw me off, kind of like what you're saying about like was going on here, but at the same time, like as someone who feels like we're in a deficit when it comes to music, I'm like, I'll take whatever you could name the album like Valentine's Day music and talk about murder for 15 songs. Like I just need something. So
I need
yeah.
something. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, dude, I know. For me, it was just I think what threw me off was yeah, I think the initial beat selection sounded repetitive. So I'm like, again, on the first go around when I'm not even looking at my phone, I'm just like kind of like working and it's in the background. I'm listening to it on Friday when it dropped. And then I'm just like, okay. And then dude, yeah, I think just like I went to the gym and just like was able to tune out and truly listen to everything. And I was like, oh, bro, he's like, I know the Give Me the Hug is the one that people like latched onto immediately. I think Nokia was a sound that still sounds very different, right? So I think that one's like,
Mhm.
is he trolling us though? It's like this really trying to be like a pop's hit, and it feels like a pop hit, bro. Like again, that song is doing crazy, and I think rightly so. But man, I loved, dude, a bunch of, but like after time, bro. Again, I don't know if you've been able to revisit or not, but bro, like when I go back, man, like, yo, Spider Man, Superman, Small Town Fame, Brian Steele. and Greedy, bro, like those songs, I'm just like, dude, this guy is like, like Brian Steele, bro, might be one of my favorite songs, like top two favorite songs. Cause
Oh
I just
wow.
feel like he is rapping his ass off. And then I love Small Town Fame because, like, bro, like, I know he's talking about this girl who apparently is fucking like an NBA player and like whatever, but like, he's like, I'm hating too hard right now. Bro, that could be about everything that's happened the last year, as far as like a double entendre. So like, I don't know, man. I feel like he was rapping his ass off, even though there are a lot of R&B cuts on this. But
Mhm.
his R&B is always like kind of hip hop, right? His hip hop is always like kind of R&B. So it's always like I feel like there
Yeah.
was like good balance in this. But I would say in like listening to it over and over again, bro, I feel like he is rapping his ass off. Like I would put this project over um not the certified lover boy that had the bonus tracks, but like the non-deluxe version. I would say this is a better body of work, and I thoroughly enjoyed certified lover boy. Was it certified? Was that no for all the dogs? My bad for all the dogs.
Mhm.
Oh, dude, honestly, no, but I would say this is better than certified lover boy to me. Like dude, I go through 1 through 21, and the only song I skip is meet your padre because I'm just like, bro, I can't take this serious.
That
Like,
shit, there's no defending that one.
yeah, I'm just like, that's the only song I skip, bro. But like, dude, Die Trying is a phenomenal song, bro. That's like
Mhm.
top down, beautiful spring day, like, bro, like vibes. So,
Yeah.
like, I love this fucking album.
Also, it's funny because, like, as someone who's not even a native Spanish speaker or someone who would even consider themselves close to fluent, that shit just sounded super off to me. Meet Your
Yeah,
Padre?
yeah, dude. My thing is like, it's essentially a continuation of that other Spanish song he dropped like 4 months earlier.
Mhm.
So I'm like, dude, why would you double down on this version? Like, because this
Yeah.
song is not good. And then, yeah, bro. And it's also odd to me because on that Bad Bunny song from like 2018, bro, you clearly sound really good. So, like, what
Mhm.
happened? Like, who is your new Duolingo, whatever professor on Fiverr that's like fucking ruining this for you, bro? Because it
Yeah.
sounds so bad. So, that's the only skip, dude. That's honestly the only song I skip. I don't skip any other, like, and dude, there's a stretch there of the R&B cuts, like from Lasers, um, On My Way, Glorious, and I'm dude, Greedy is dude, what an outro. Like I know he's known for phenomenal outros, but Greedy is a top three outro for me by Drake, bro. Like, so yeah, man, I would say 2 weeks on. Again, I don't know what the number is gonna say on the second week on the charts. I know the first week it went number one, and shout out to him. And I think that was also Party's first number one album ever. So like again, like I know there was moments we were here like, yo, is the OVO gang like kind of annoyed about, at Drake and like, are they gonna fuck it up for us? And then, Party gets his first ever number one. So clearly the crew is happy. But yeah, man, I'm just impressed, bro. Like again, but I would say I've always been that way, bro. I would say it took me a while with Take Care. It took me a while for not so far gone. Nothing was the same. Like it just took me a minute. And again, I don't know if that says it. If maybe just Drake because we're not used to the way someone raps that way. Like like it. Even though he's been around forever, I think it just takes a minute to truly understand like what he's saying. And maybe that might be a bigger conversation of like goats or. Cause I remember like Jay Z had a line is like, do you people listen to music or you just skim through it, right? Like I feel like it just takes a while to listen to it, bro. Like I feel like people have immediate. That's why I'm grateful we actually had 2 weeks off, bro. Because like I feel like a lot of people are just quick to want to have the video up online and give their opinion. Like, bro, because
Mhm.
this shit got shitted on the first 48 hours, bro. Like, there's I think his name is Torre, like, dude, a well respected hip hop journalist from Rolling
Oh, yeah,
Stone.
yeah.
And he was like, does SS mean for some shitty songs for you? And I was just like, bro, like aggressive.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro. I just think a lot of people were quick to like judge it. And again, I think this like other Drake projects, maybe besides CLB, dude, they usually age very well, and I think this is gonna be a similar, similar body of work.
Yeah. Um, I'd agree with that, and I don't know, I feel like one other thing that I noticed when I was listening to it that I guess made for a good listening experience is it seemed like he was having fun,
Yeah.
and not taking himself less serious, which is maybe why some people are wondering, like, how much he's joking or not, but as much as I don't really cared to listen to Drake's like super specific, you know, love life problems. I think it was cool to see him in a different space and just kind of stick to a formula that he pioneered, or if he didn't pioneer it, made it popular.
Close to
Um,
perfected it though, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So that's cool. Good for him.
What was your like your favorite moment on the album though, or some things that you really enjoyed?
I mean, hands down, I'd have to say Nokia. I think
It's
that
just so fun.
was, yeah, it's just so fun. Yeah, I think that's what Drake for the longest time was known for being, was fun, like with Hotline Bling and all these other things. Um and the sound itself was pretty refreshing too.
Yeah,
So I replayed that a lot. And then what's the guitar cut? Is that Die Trying?
yeah. Die trying. Yeah,
Yeah, I thought that was refreshing too, because I can't recall many moments or any where Drake was over an instrumental like that, and
yeah. And then he had the
such a
opportunity
good
with like,
vibe.
"Hey there, Delilah," and then like fucked it
Mhm.
up with that like mimic, like like so it was like trolling. I'm like, bro, like either do it or don't. Like
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then Party coming in on the hook
yeah,
is like super. Uh, that's a dope like collaborative moment. So I think those two stuck out to me. I think those stuck out to me maybe because they're the least, you know, that like Toronto drowny
yeah, yeah.
R&B cut that like I just have no moments in my life where I feel like I need to listen to that. Maybe that's why I prefer those songs. But I'm glad I walked away with something. I was nervous it was gonna just be a complete wash.